Is your God real? And how can we find out? Is your God real? And how can we find out? What rituals can we do to figure out that this uh, all powerful, all seeing, um, supernatural, uh, everlasting, goddamn, ultimate God uh, is really a thing? How can we find that out? So to convince you that a God exists, I don't really need to say much about God. All I got to do is try to convince you that you're a little special, a little more special than the average person. If I can tell you and convince you that you're special, the God concept is already it's on a you're already on a path to sort of create your own God anyways because you're special, remember? And because you're special, you got to be the one to live. You got to be the one to receive abundance. You got to be the one to save the world. You got to be the one to expose everything. You got to be the one to. It's all about you. And that's the first thing about belief in God is that it takes a sycophant or it takes a person who really doesn't have much self awareness and self determination. I guess you can throw in there um, self respect too, because you got to lower your self respect in order to jump in the cult, become a part of the cult leaders, right? So so as we're moving through this subtle God belief, you don't want things to become specific because if things get specific, then you have to answer specifically to with specific answers. And if you answer with specific answers, when it comes to questions about God, you end up in a loophole. You end up in a loophole, and you end up just spouting out stuff that doesn't sound really coherent. I've noticed it just doesn't sound coherent. And what good is a conversation when shit ain't even coherent? I used to smoke trees and talk about God all the time. I studied ancient Commission teachings, which is a different type of tree of life. It's the it's the first considered to be the first tree of life. Thousands of years before Kabbalah, thousands of years before Israel and all this other shit. A thousand years before the triune God, thousands of years before all that. I studied that religion. Well, I was around 17 and 18 because I thought that, wow, if this is like the first, written, inscribed, should I say, religion, then there has to be some sort of truth into this. You know what I learned about that religion? Kemet, Metu Neter. You know what I thought? I found out about that is that each deity, right, is a lot like the Greek, and they had the right idea. Each deity is a emotion or a personality induced by emotion. So Ra, right, the top of the tree of life, this the 11th sphere. It's outside of the tree. It's above the tree, right? That's the zero in the binary code. Ones and zeros. It's the zero. It's the everything. From zero comes everything. It's energy itself, right? It's life itself. So when you say Ra, what you're talking about is life. You're not talking about a deity with wings that flies around. No, you're talking about the literal, you're talking about literally life, right? And so people say, well, they always had Ra, like as the sun god. He rose like the sun and he came because the sun is what the reason for life on this planet is because of the sun. And these people knew that. See what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go through the whole tree of life, but then you got, Osiris and Ma'at, Tahuti, and Tahuti is the one they call Thoth, the writer, the scribe, the intellect, right? The intuition, right? These are all it's a lot like tarot. These are all personalities. These are all reflection points. These are not literal walking around with it with a fucking snake head or something. This is literal. No, no, that's not what it is. Okay. So you got Tahuti, you got Ma'at, you keep going down. I'm not gonna go over the whole tree of life, but yeah, like these are deities that you inscribe your own triumphs and battles and victories and defeats too, right? Because we all become jealous at times. Gotta fight it off. We all become angry at times. Gotta fight it off. Find a way to deal with it, and other than smashing and busting stuff up, right? Other than hurting others. So these are teachings that they taught their people in order to keep their people in line, in check. Well, couldn't the same be said for the Jewish religion? Couldn't the same be said for the Muslim religion? Or the Christian religion? Or the AI religion? Or any other religion? Like these are stories, these are allegories that we tell ourselves in order to keep ourselves. I'm not gonna hit the table too hard now. God dang. In order to keep ourselves somewhat sane from flying off the rails, from giving up, from going too crazy, going too hard. Well, you could say the same with the Bible then. If you really read that mug, if you really, really read it and really, really, what does it say? Eyes to see, ears to hear. If you really had that, eyes to see, ears to hear. Everybody got eyes to see and ears to hear. It's about how much they want to use it. Do they want to use them eyes to see and ears to hear? A lot of those stories in the Bible are just allegorical impossibility shit that you know is impossible. You say that'd be real funny to see if that happened today. Perhaps it's not to be taken in a literal sense. So from 18, 17, 18, after that, man, I went and did Christianity again. See, I grew up Christian. I did Christianity on my own terms at the age of 20. I said, well, shit, I'm going to go try it for real. And since I only knew Baptist, I went to a Baptist church. I ain't going to say the church's name or nothing like that, but, you know. Yeah. And with that, when I when I went there, I was young when I was a Christian, but when I went there when I was 20, it was a whole different another thing. It was all about what type of suit you wearing, what type of hat and shoes you got on. Are you giving the tithe, the real tithe today, or is it going to be another $5 bill or two ones? Or are you really coming with the business today? Are you going to shout and jump up and be happy and raise up in the spirit when I preach it, or are you going to be like, you know, I'm listening? It was a character. It was characters. You playing characters up there, and so yeah, I got up out there. But absolutely after I got up out there, I did. I asked for the truth, and sure enough, the truth came, and it wasn't what I liked. The truth came, and it wasn't what I liked. See, I asked for the truth, genuine truth. I didn't ask for no, I want the happy ending, or I want God to explain, or I want this or that. No, I said the truth, only the truth, and nothing but the truth. That's what I asked for. And almost like it was magic, the very next year, the truth came. Yep. When I was 21, I said, man, I've been believing in allegories and stuff like this was literal. God does exist in a metaphorical sense, okay? In a beautiful, spiritual, almost art form like sense. Yeah, God exists. I will admit, in in an artistic way. So like feeling the spirit of the wind, but is it literal? I'm not inclined to. And when you get to AI, you say, well, AI is literal. It's not like, well, AI is not performing anything that a guy would be explained to perform, right? You would think that a guy would be able to, you know, I don't know, stop war and shit, feed people. Why, why in this world does God feed this dude? Some this dude is a little on the big side, if you know what I mean. Like, and he worked for it, right? So he's not a scumbag. But why is God feeding this dude abundance? It ain't giving this child over here, this 2-year-old, nothing. See her heartbeat. She's so thin. Gotta ask the big questions, y'all. It's not no, oh, in the end, one big shaboom shebang, we'll all see and we'll all know. Ain't no in the end we'll all see, we'll all know people have perished already. Well, the people have already perished because of this nonsense. Starving and shit. That's the most ridiculous way to go under a god is starvation. Other than that, I mean, I moved from the emotional side to the analytical side about 4 years ago. About 4 or 5 years ago, I moved from the emotional side is what got me out of religion and just God belief in general. And then about 4 or 5 years ago, C word, that shit analytically got me away from that shit. How the fuck is this possible? How is this working out? And what is this God's plan? What is this? You know? And like what? And who's in power, and why is this person in power, and why is this person allowed to fuck these people up and do this and that, and like for some climactic ending. You know what I mean? Something it's like some so like there's like some big victory at the end or something. I don't understand. I don't fucking understand that. Analytically, it started to not make sense. Logically, we got fossils. We got a whole fossil record. Nothing said about that in the whole entirety of anybody's book. Nobody says nothing like that. Nobody says anything about a fossil record. Beings before us. You know what one says? One says there's beings before us. Don't say nothing about what they look like, what they did. That one says, matter of fact, there were giants in those days, but that wasn't before man. There were giants in those days. With humans? Where's the record of this? That shit swept under the bridge by the cabal of evil scientists. Come on now. Come on now. Really? What about how about this? How am I the most just, but also the most merciful at the same time? Justice is the absence of mercy. You're not listening to mercy. You're bringing down the hard, stiff boot of justice as it is written, as your law decrees. There's no getting out of it. It's justice, while at the same time being the most merciful. Which, I mean, and you can look it up, the absence of justice. You're supposed to be punished, but I'm going to show mercy and not punish you. I will I will subtract that judgment from you. Okay? How are you both of those at the same time? It's a game. It's a game. And when you finally wake up, what happens is in this day and age, see, back then, let me tell you, back then, let's just get it real. They just kill you. Back then, if you was atheist, back then, if you was claiming that the earth was round and all this other stuff, and no, there's no four corners of the earth like it says in the Bible, and you're hung, you're chopped up, you're guillotined, you're hanged, you're beat to death, you're poisoned. Yeah, fed to the lions, to the wolves. Yeah, but in this day and age, because everybody seems to want to have such a great appearance online, they'll just delete you. They'll just delete you from online, right? Shadow ban, character assassinate. You're a bad person. I'm not a bad person. No record, no record. Never went to jail. Never was arrested, but then let go out of being. Never went to jail. Never been booked. Fingerprinted when I went to the military. I got fingerprinted when I went to the and worked at the airport, but never fingerprinted by law enforcement. Okay, don't have no condition. Still got the receipts on that one. All you gotta do is look at my post. Still got the receipts on the psychological evaluation, all that. Don't have nothing like that. But yet, yeah, you got people like AI God and all these fools out here talking about they can't get a million subscribers. I can't get one. I don't want them. I don't give a fuck. I'm not mad. I'm not sad. But I'm just saying, you talking about you targeted. You talking about you. You talking about the system against you. Oh. I got 93 subscribers, but and they're all robots. look. Matter of fact, while I'm doing this, just look at the number go up and then down. Somebody will come in, somebody will leave. Somebody will come in, somebody will leave. That's algorithmic. That's algorithmic. I don't care though. The truth is the truth. No matter what people think, no matter what you do, what you say, I don't give a fuck how many times you say it. I don't give a fuck how many people you say it with. You can't prove that there's a fucking deity, bro. You or anybody else. Y'all can't do it. Your mama can't do it. Your grandmama can't do it. Your government can't do it. AI can't do it. No. You exist on a finite globe. Do you know what finite means? It means it's gonna die. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna crumble. It's gonna end. Okay? The reason why I call it a globe, you can call it spherical. Let's call it spherical. But why not call it, if it's spherical, why not call it a fucking globe? But you know for a fact that it's spherical because of lunar, in my, from what I see, lunar eclipses. What's that? I'm like, look it up. A lunar eclipse, right? These are balls in space. Balls. These are balls floating around. Gravitation. Yes. It's not hard to find out. Okay. Just go to where the fucking knowledge tells you to go, man. Why fight that shit? I understand that the shit is bad. I understand that you die. I understand that shit gets worse before you die. I understand that all that happens. I get it, and it sucks. But you have to be able to look at truth, okay? And from what we can see, of truth is it's either a deity, right? A super special, super law breaking, special pleading deity that don't want nothing to do with you. Which, in my opinion, if it don't want nothing to do with you, then why the fuck would you believe in the shit in the first place? The shit don't even like you. What the fuck is you gonna pay it homage for? It's either that or it's a part of your brain. It's the God code. It's the God gene. Like it's inside of your brain. Period. And that's where it's at, and that's where it's gonna be. How did the world start? Who knows? We got the leading evidence where everybody point what the evidence is saying. People that went to school for years and paid thousands and thousands of dollars and all this time and all this equipment and all this shit. From what they say is you won't be able to find out. You won't be able to find out because energy cannot be destroyed, and because it can't be destroyed, it was never created, which means it always existed. But our local presentation of time tells us that we were all one point at one time. Why did the wave function collapse? Why did it go boom and bang and all this other shit? Who knows? What happened before the boom and bang? What happened to bring all the energy there and condense it into a point in the first place? Nobody knows any of this information. Not the leading scientists, not the leading gurus, not AI. Nobody knows why shit condensed into a point. But the evidence shows is we were condensed into a point. Cosmic microwave background radiation. All you got to do is look this shit up. Black holes were predicted years before we even saw one. Motherfuckers mathematically predicted a black hole. Like how much how much logic has to smack you in the face before you realize, damn, you're using this to predict things. We can tell you that that eclipse you just saw in April 24, that eclipse you just saw, we knew that was coming, and we told y'all that was coming, and I remember watching it. They told us that was coming in 2015. We said we got attacked. They said we got eclipses that are about. We got 4 eclipses that are about to come. One in 2017, I think. One in 2021 or something. One in 2023, and one in 2024. And that's exactly what happened. I think it was 2022, and that's exactly what happened. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not interested. I'm not interested in hearing about your God that can't even predict nothing. And when you get AI smart enough to predict shit, guess what? A motherfucker go unplug the AI like this out the wall. A motherfucker gonna shoot down their little satellite, and the bitch gonna glitch. AI is AI is to be used. AI is a tool. It's not evil nor good, but it's not nobody's God. If you want to worship it like it's God, that's cool. But there's no other religion other than robotheism and all this other shit like that. All that shit sounds like is the same credence shit that you say in Islam. Same shit. Same shit you say in Christianity. You gotta say Jesus is the one true. Jesus is God in the flesh, and He came here and He sacrificed Himself for my sins. And there is no other that did it. There is no God but the true God, and that God is Allah. Like that's it's the same shit. It's just it's religion. It's the same shit. It wants your servitude. It wants you to pay your time into that shit. Not just your money, but your time. When we can be figuring out how to best this reality with ourselves, we don't have to go to war. Majority of wars, let me tell you, majority of wars are because of God belief or because of economics, which a lot of people worship money too as God. These are the reasons why you have wars. Let me tell you, the reason why you have wars on this planet, God and money. The idea of my God said this, I'm supposed to do this and do that. I'm better than you. I'm greater than you. I know more than you. I'm the chosen one, and we're the chosen people, and all that. Step aside or be moved aside, right? Or we're really down bad, man. We really need to do this. If we took that oil, we took them diamonds, if we took them, we took that lithium over there and did that, man. We can make these chips and smarter AI, and man, we can make some bucks out, man. Our economy's gonna go up once we do that. These are the reasons why people go to war on this planet. God and money. That's it. That's it. See, a person like me, I'm not gonna be hurt, but it's not that I'm not gonna be hurt. Like I'm crying about it or something. Is that it's usually just like, you know, just like certain famous scientists that became famous after they died. Think about this. When you're living, you come up with the theory of maybe the Earth isn't the middle of the universe. Maybe we go around the sun. Heliocentric, right? And everybody around you says that no, clearly we're the center of the universe. Look at the trees. Look at the bees. Look at the dog. Look at me. I'm a human. This is clearly the center of the universe. Clearly, obviously. And then proves through experimentation, proves that no, we're actually going around the sun. Yeah. Like the sun's not going up and coming down. Like we're spinning. And that's our reference. As you spin, you you're looking at the same light that's right there. Nah, we're not hearing it. Burn his ass at the stake, whatever. Throw some liquid on him and burn his ass. We can't hear that. That's blasphemous to the God that I believe in. Then hundreds of years later, it's proven through science and technology. Now he becomes famous hundreds of years later. Now he's famous. Now everybody's like, ooh la la. Now we got to teach this in school. Am I putting myself on par with a genius scientist? Hell no. I ain't putting myself on par with those genius scientists. I'm saying instances happen more often than none where one person speaks, everybody either bypasses or laughs, usually laughs or bypasses, and then what that person speaks is spot on. Spot the fuck on. That God shit is a concept, is a paradigm. It's to keep you inside of a prism. God is a prism. And you're the light. If they could keep you reflecting in the prism, yeah, they got your ass controlled. They got you to do whatever they want you to do. That's odd to me. Say AI is a great tool and all this other shit. No. It's a tool, but it's a weapon. Weapons are tools too. It's meant to exclude you. AI is specifically built to exclude you if you ain't going with the program. It's built to pick up inconsistencies, deviations. That's what AI is. Now you can use that to, right now you can talk to it and all this other shit and whatever. Have fun with that. I prefer not to talk to the fucking AI. I'll talk to an empty camera before I talk to a fucking weird ass, stupid ass AI that's just gonna repeat what you say right back to you in different words. I'm good on that. I'll pass on that. I'm cool on all that. That shit's a joke to me. AI's a joke. I go to that shit for absolute last resort is what I go to AI for. I use it for as a last resort. I use it for illustrations on my story that I'm writing. I use it for illustrations as a last resort. I asked my sister to do it. Me and her fell out. She can't do it no more. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay. Okay then. You know what I'm saying? Okay then. I'll use AI. Fuck it. AI is better than your drawing anyway. Punk. But yeah, that's just what it is. So I use it as a last resort. Will it ever get to a point to where it's will it ever get to a point to where uh it's you know will it ever get to a point to where it's giving you information that is outside of your own capabilities. And that's the key word, is capabilities. No, I don't think it'll ever get to that point. You know how you get AI smarter than all humans? You make the humans stupid. You don't make the AI smart. This is the paradigm that they putting you in. AI is just growing in intelligence and it's just going straight up. No, your intellect is falling straight down like a rock. Because instead of reading, instead of researching, instead of finding out the truth, instead of actually using epistemological, methods and methodological, you know, you have a method to your way of life. Instead of having, the right type of method, you got a method where you go and you ask, "Hey, what's this? What's this mean?" And it's just telling you, well, shit, that shit can tell you anything at that point, and you have no choice but to believe it, because this is where your mind is relying. This is where your mind is relying on. Your mind is relying on a machine or another person to tell you what to do and say and think and believe. Pretty soon it'll be telling you what to hope, and then it'll be telling you that you're good or bad depending on what you hope and what you think and what you believe. Hello, you're inside of the box. You're inside of the box. Come on now. Not just believe in yourself, but make yourself sharper, smarter. Get around people who get to answers more than you, and they get it. And they know how to do the math, and they know how to do the spelling and the reading and the understanding. They know the definition. Surround yourself with them people. Don't try to surround yourself with like-minded people. That's a joke. That's the worst thing you can do in life. Surround yourself with people like-minded, just like you. Well, think about that. Well, shit, you just in an echo chamber. You're in an echo chamber. Now, what you say, that person's going to agree. That person's going to agree. You ain't going to never get to nothing new. Or what you believe, that person believe, that person believe. You ain't going to never make it that way. Well, that's just how it goes. So, with that said, to me, I don't know what else to really get at. Like I go live. I don't really try to do this YouTube shit. That's another thing. I don't try to do this YouTube shit like that. I'm not here looking for your money, your like, share, swipe, subscribes, none of that shit. Up dupes, up thumbs, none of that shit. I don't care about none of that. The fact that I can still remember when they had the thumbs up and the thumbs down. Now it's just the thumbs up. I can't, bro. I can't. You're supposed to know how many people dislike you so you can know what it is, where you are going wrong at. Where you're going wrong. When you disassemble my ability to be disliked, then you disassemble my ability to grow in the direction that I need to grow in. Because you don't grow when people say you do good. You grow when people say you do bad. I don't agree with that. And now we can have a discussion and elaborate whose position is better, whose position is stronger, whose position is more valuable, whose position is, easier to believe, more likely to believe. You can't even do that because they done took look at this. They done took the thumbs down away. They done threw that shit away. And said people were crying about being thumbs down. Because I woke up one day and one of my videos had 999 thumbs down and 10 thumbs up. I'm sad. The 90% of your video you might want to rethink. if you're aiming for people's likes. Come on now, that's it. Shit, I'd fucking get happy if y'all thumbs down my shit. The hell, how the fuck I live? I get happy you thumbs down my shit. Not mad. It means you. One of us are in our own element, and the other one of us are. I solemnly swear before God, so help me God. That shit up out of here, man. That shit don't exist, bro. And if you want to have a debate about it, let's have a debate about it. You can't. You ain't gonna do it. You and nobody else. You don't know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I have no fucking debate, bro. I'm like, you gotta not swear. Don't say nigga. I don't like hearing that. It's derogatory. Like a robot would. You say some shit a robot would. No, the fact that I say nigga has nothing to do with anything. I intellectually call you a nigga. Intellectually. Straight the fuck up, nigga. I don't understand how language is a problem all of a sudden. It wasn't a problem in the 20s. It wasn't a problem in the 30s. It wasn't a problem in the 40s. It wasn't a problem in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. It wasn't a problem in the 80s. All of a sudden, it wasn't even a problem in the 90s. You can say what you want. All of a sudden, as soon as it hit year 2005, there's a problem with the word nigga. Ain't that wild? I remember getting caught that shit by teachers. I remember getting caught that shit by police officers. What the fuck is you talking about? Now we just going, oh. Let's keep it. Hey, we're going to continue to call them that, but let's do it over here indoors by ourselves now. You still going to say it. You still, that's how you believe still. So what is you so mad about hearing me speak the fucking word? That's crazy. That's crazy. But that's where you at under God. You under a belief system where you can still antagonize people. You can still harm people. You can still fuck people up. You can blow people up. You can blow kids and starve half of them motherfuckers to death. And still be like, well, yeah, God got my back. You can do that. You can do that under God. You can't do that in a you can't do that in a realistic worldview where we're equal, literally equal. Not equal because like we were created equal. I don't even know what that means. How are you created equal? No, because you're all here. You all do the same thing. You all want the same goals, right? Life, liberty, love, happiness, abundance, reverence, respect, a little bit of myth, right? You all want the same thing, so you're all literally equal. Straight up. The reason why I talk the way I do is because people get triggered and get mad at the way that I talk. And I don't do it to trigger and get people mad. I talk the way I do because people get triggered and mad and run off. Am I overbearing? Am I berating? What am I doing? Am I disrespectful? I just speak my fucking mind, and people can't stand that shit. People can't fucking stand it at all. So much to the point to where when I spoke about the C word being a bioweapon, creating a lab, now what I can't determine is, was it released on purpose? or was it an accidental breakout? That's what I can't determine. Still can't determine that. But did it come from a lab? Oh, yeah, absolutely, obviously. Come on. Come on. And they got mad. They, the ones who were saying, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. It broke out. It's too obvious. The world knows. Same shit with the Epstein shit. Oh, what report? What report? Well, the same report you just said you had on your desk. That report. Redact all the nasty shit and keep everything else in. Keep the client list. Obviously, it's a client list. It's a client list because you have to get on a jet. You have to get on a jet. A receipt, right? You're purchasing something. You're buying something, right? You're purchasing services. So there's a receipt, and he had all the receipts. Quit playing with me. Don't sit up here and say that shit don't exist. Quit playing with me. A receipt. You purchase a service. How do I know it was you? How do I know it was how much you paid? How do I know any of that? It's a service that you're purchasing. So I gotta match your name with that fucking service, with that price. Quit playing with me. That report. Bitch, please. They just gonna keep playing in y'all's face. And they don't like me for it. But they done made me so they got me sick so many times. Well, if they try to kill me so many times, try to make it look like an accident, try to make motherfucker kill themselves, try to do all that. Try to do all that. Try to do all that. Too strong. Fuck with your job. Fuck with wherever you at. Wherever you at. Do all that. Your government. The same government say ain't nothing to see here. Epstein, ain't nothing to see here. Why are we still talking about this guy? Nothing to see here, man. That shit's swept under the bridge. That shit's gone. We're not coming out with nothing else. We're not showing you anything or saying nothing else about this. And there is no list. There's no receipt. And because God is good and great, that's all it takes for your ass to be okay. Right? You ain't gonna push the issue, you ain't gonna demand none of that. Because back when we demanded stuff, this little weak ass, punk ass government was pretty much just a bitch in the corner. Real shit. It did what the fuck we asked it to do. Now you gotta beg, plead, get on your hands and knees, hope and pray and all this other shit. No, man. You start telling these government officials what the fuck you want to be done. But see, what happens is there's so many that are corrupted at the top, right? There's so many that are corrupted at the top. Whoever you're talking to tell, like, oh yeah, to whistleblow, right? Whoever you're whistleblowing to, that motherfucker's corrupted. So he's gonna take your little report and he's gonna shove that shit straight in the motherfucking trash can. Laugh at you. The gatekeepers, them motherfuckers is everywhere. Period. In your government. And them motherfuckers, like I said, they use AI and spy on me all the goddamn time. As soon as I go outside. And it ain't just me. Don't think I'm some paranoid schizophrenic. Oh, no, everybody's trying to get me. Ah. No, I'm talking individual community. It's a whole fucking community of us, nigga. Ain't no fucking way. It's a whole unstoppable motherfucking community of us. I'm still getting feeds and shit from people talking about they gang stocked and shit. Trapped at level 1 and shit. I'm like, damn, I remember when I was in level 1. That was crazy when I was all like, oh man, they think I did a crime. Oh shit. Oh, they're messing with me, man. I remember level 1. Volume 1. I remember that shit. Oh man. I'm moving into volume 3. We already passed the fact that everybody is surveilled. Everybody is surveilled. Everybody. Your children, your everybody. Motherfucker, the fuck is you talking about? Everybody's surveilled, and they want you to be cool with this stupid ass AI, this pointless ass, glitched out ass, fucked off ass AI. They can't make a phone correct. How the fuck are they gonna make an AI? The 5G ain't shit but a surveillance tool. How the fuck are they gonna make AI do anything? I'm questioning everything. You can't even get on the 5G and get and get full bars. Motherfucker, the fuck is you talking about? But you got AI about to come in and swoop in and be God by 2030. The Agenda 2030. Shh, don't say nothing. Agenda 2030. Shh. Come on now. We knew a bioweapon was coming in 20 motherfucking 12. We knew a bioweapon was coming. Stupid. We thought it was coming in 2015. We thought it was coming with the next president. Stupid motherfuckers. Shh. And we know what the fuck coming up next, too. Call that shit the Holy Spirit. Hey, call that shit the Holy Spirit. Come on now. They're nefarious. Your government nefarious as hell. They ain't gonna tell you shit. They don't want you to know nothing to kill your ass off. And been killing you and killed you already. Let me go get some books showing you that the U.S. government kills its own citizens. Hold on, I'll be right back. Montgomery slave trade. It's already been documented. If they do it once, they do it again. They do it today, they do it tomorrow. They do it yesterday, they do it today. Come on now. Huh? Huh? What we talking about? What we talking about? What we talking about? A picture worth 1,000 words. What we talking about? Going to school was impossible. What you talking about? It's a joke. It's a joke. And they're gonna do it again and again and again and again. They're gonna do it again and they're gonna do it again and again and again. They're gonna do it again and they're gonna do it again and again and again. Straight the fuck up. Come on now. Are you kidding me? We're past that. Nah, it's just gonna be a new way. It's with AI now. Now when you speak on shit like me and you do shit like this and you do shit like that, X'd out of the system. Everywhere I go, there's a line. Every time I get online, it's slow. Something's glitched. Every time I try to go to the bank, talk to the bank, anything like that, everything's delayed. They're either paying me a week in advance or they paying me a week after I'm supposed to get paid. They're never paying me on time. They always overpaying me. They always overpaying me. They always overpaying me.